To become better at problem solving and faster with the syntax of your programming language, do coding katas every day. Do it with time limit or with constraints, for example, focusing on one topic like arrays, and you will become better at the craft of coding and problem solving. Today I was in the process of solving some Leetcode problems and I wanted to share this process with you. Let's start with why Leetcode. When you look at videos of how people pass the interview to work at FAANG companies like Meta, Google, Apple, etc., you see that they usually mention how many Leetcode problems they solved. I didn't know what Leetcode problem was, so I looked it up. And I discovered that in many companies, the process for entering is often involving questions about data structures and algorithms. And Leetcode is a website with many of such problems that could be interview questions classified according to difficulty, easy, medium or hard. My goal right now is not to prepare for coding interviews. I like the company I am working at right now and I'm not planning to quit it. But I want to become really good at being a software engineer, and for that it's good to practice daily our ability to write small programs. That way you are fast at writing code, for example in Java, but you also practice your problem-solving abilities. Classical music players would say you have to practice your scales. For the software engineers, we don't have scales, but it's called doing katas. It's not the only thing that matters to become a good software engineer, since there is a lot more involved for building and maintaining huge software projects. Learning concepts like test-driven development or domain-driven design also matter a lot. But we will learn more about that in the future. So we want to do katas, that is to say, practice to solve small coding problems under some constraints, for example, constraint of time. And we need a way to track our progress, to have feedback on our work, since it is more fun and stimulating that way. It makes it like a game. And Leetcode is one of the many websites where you can do that. Here you see I'm on my main page on the Leetcode website, and you can see that I solved 27 easy Leetcode problems so far in the last 9 days. And here you can see what skills were involved. As you can see, I solved mostly fundamental problems about arrays in the Java programming language. And here you can see that I published 4 solutions. More on that later. For starting, I went to the Explore section. You can find here what Leetcode calls Explore cards. Take the beginner's guide to Leetcode. There you have multiple chapters, and then you click on one problem chapter. There's a link to a Leetcode problem. Here you can read the problem statement. As you can see there, I already solved this, but my solution is not stored since I don't have Leetcode Premium. So I advise you to save what you are working on locally so you are sure to not lose it. Let's solve this problem together. It's always good to start with the problem statement. So running sum of 1D array. We have an example, 1, 2, 3, 4 is an array of integers. And we want 1, 3, 6, 10, which is 1, 1 plus 2, 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3, etc. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through the array. And for 0 I don't add anything, but then I add everything that is before. Let's write it, it's gonna be clearer. I go through the array, nums. Start with index 0, while the I index e is less than the length of nums. It's an array, integer array in Java, so we don't have the parentheses here. And e++ to go to the next index. And for each nums, we're gonna multiply it in place, which means we don't create a new array. So the nums e will be, I go from 1 till the end. And the first one I don't modify it, but then I can just take the one before, because I start with 1, there is the index 0. So plus equal, and the one that was before, if it exists. And then I return the int array, which would be nums. Okay, let's see if it goes. First I can make a double check. Here I made put a semicolon. It looks right. I used I, nums. Okay, looks cool. I do run. And yes, accepted. So here you see the 3 test cases, but this is not a submission yet. Here it will be saying if I have made an error. So no error right now. And now I can submit it after I looked at the output. Here it's showing my code. And now it's the cool thing. Here you see I'm beating 100% of users of Java with the runtime, which is a really fast algorithm. You don't have to do that, but if your solution is good, for example, because it's a fast solution, or if it has a good memory complexity, or just if you have made a solution which is easy to implement, it's good to share it, because it trains your skill of teaching or explaining, and it can be really useful. For example, if you train for coding interviews, or in general when you want to explain what you did to your colleagues. So it's useful for you, but also for the person who reads the solution. So here I have my solution. I start with my institution. First thought will be, we go through the array and plus the element before, except for the first one that we don't modify. And approach, well, for bigger, more difficult codes, I would have something to say, but right now I don't have anything to say, like what approach, like, oh yes, I can say that it's in place. Okay, for time complexity, okay, I go through that n times, like max, in worst case, n times, it will be this n. I don't think I can go faster than that. And for the space complexity, it's a constant time because the result array doesn't count for counting the time complexity. By the way, if you don't know how to calculate time and space complexity, don't worry. In the free beginner explore cards of Leetcode website, for each problem, for example for the problem we just solved, they made an explanation video where they also speak about time and space complexity. And these videos are really good to understand this topic. But if you don't understand something about any topic, just ask me in the comments and I will learn about it and then teach it in the video. What I will do is just here add the runtime. So runtime, you can then post it. You can see the solution of all people here. Here Python, C++, etc. Did you like this video and you want to say more? Then tell me what kind of video you want me to make and what kind of topic you want to see next. See you soon!